If he was unattractive, would you be trying to fight to keep him?
No,
So
no,
you're
no.
picking him based on look.
Relationship Insight for Men. I'm going to be leaving my comment for the end of the video. And if you guys do enjoy, please like and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I am well. So what was wrong with what I said?
I'm just getting into the live because I was listening on the go.
Okay.
So,
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Do you have any question or anything?
Um, my question would be if I'm currently dating a guy that I consider to be a Henry, what
Okay.
would be the best thing that I could do to keep his attention?
Do you consider him to be a Henry?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 23. He's about to be 24 in a month.
He's 23, about to be 24.
Yes.
And what do you want? What's the outcome you want with the man?
Marriage.
Okay. You want to be married. You want children?
Yes, sir.
So you know what I've said about men who are under 30. They're not really in process of ready to be married.
Yeah, I know.
Does he want to be married?
I think so. I think so.
See, does this sound like it makes sense to you?
Because we've been dating for maybe 6 months now.
Okay. He's 23. Is he in college?
No, he graduated with his
Okay, what does he do?
He's into tech. He's like a tech guy.
Uh-huh. But, and you guys have been together how long?
6 months, like a little bit more than 6 months.
Well, if you want to be married, why are you dealing with a 23-year-old guy?
Because I'm attracted to him.
Is that what you pick a man? Is that how you pick a husband?
No, but
Well, there's no but. If he was unattractive, would you be trying to fight to keep him?
no,
So
no,
you're
no.
picking him based on looks.
No, not no. Actually, I'm not. It's like a lot of other things that is like the reason why I do like him, but I am attracted to him though.
Okay, what does your father think about it?
I don't really know my dad.
Thank you. If you brought this young thorough man around your father, would a father be willing to turn his daughter over to a man who's his age, young?
No.
So why are we talking? You know what I'm going to say.
So I should be dating older men.
Well, no, wait a minute. You know what I'm going to say. Before I said it, why did you need me to tell you that?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
I was just hoping. I was just hoping that maybe it was like like a little advice that it was a little simple. Maybe I could like get give gifts a little bit more, like pay
Oh,
attention.
you want me to tell you what you wanted to hear because you already got your mind made up. So you really weren't asking me something. You were asking me to tell you something to fit what you've already want to hear.
Because I like this guy and I don't think that I want to date anymore.
So you're lazy.
No, I'm not lazy. I'm not. I just
Does he want to marry you? I
yeah.
heard the yes. A nodding of the head does not say yes. That says I'm too embarrassed to say no. So I hope you go to the next question.
I don't know if it's a yes or no. I don't want to
Well,
say.
then why are you dealing with a man that you don't know if he wants to marry you?
That's true. So maybe I should only date men that want to be married.
Well, I don't even know if you're a wife yet because you're not moving like one. What you sound like, a nice young lady, and you sound like the typical woman. You pick a man that you like, and he makes you tingle, and then you find ways to make guys who are not husbands fit, and then you end up being with them for a year, 2 years, and it ends the way it was always going to end. Then you get out here and you start dating again, and you're rusty. And then next thing you know, you mess around. You were 27 years old and had 3 relationships, all a year and a half, 2 years. None of them worked. Then you reach around 30 and you're angry because you mismanaged your 20s. Instead of saying, number one, am I a wife? Are you a wife?
Yes,
Were you raised to be a wife?
I think so.
Was your mother married?
The woman that raised me was married.
That's a mother.
Right. So, in a sense, yeah, I was raised to become or learn how to be a wife.
You were raised to be a wife.
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers?
No, I'm the only child.
Okay. How long were you with the woman that raised you?
10 years.
So what are some things that was she married?
Yes.
Was she married when they took you in?
No, she got married, like inside of me being with her.
So I'm not hearing a woman that was raised to be married.
So, in my opinion, I've seen the differences of her being a single woman, and then I've seen how she changed.
You've watched a woman, but were you trained? Do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Can somebody learn how to cook simply by watching you prepare food?
I know. I don't know. I never tried that. I never.
Can you ride a bicycle by watching someone else ride a bicycle, even if they're a pro?
No, I would have to like take.
Right, you would have to be taught.
Right.
See, this is why, whether you like it or not, that mean old patriarchy and fathers, this is why fathers exist, because women pick poorly. You pick in your feelings. Everything I've asked you is a logical question that you can follow. If then else, 1-0 on off. But it's not going to change your mind. You still like him, and I'm going to try to make him be the one because I don't like dating and this and that. No, it would be better if you learned, if you were actually a wife, you dated a man who wanted to be a husband and get married and move on. But that's not what you're doing. You're moving like a modern woman. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt being nice. There's also another alternative. Women like you end up getting pregnant on men and trapping them with babies. That's the dark side of this.
I don't want any babies.
You don't want children?
Well, not right now. I don't have anything to give a child.
What do you mean?
I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't have any. I don't have enough to give a child.
I don't understand.
Support as financially, just the simplest thing I could think about financially. I couldn't take care of a child right now.
So if you were married, you wouldn't want to have a child?
Yeah, of course.
No, there's no of course.
If I was married at this age right now, I would. I would, but I'm single and I'm not married, so I don't want kids.
So you're saying you don't have anything, you don't have enough money to have a child on your own?
Right.
Are you sexually active?
Not recently.
Okay. So ultimately what I'm getting to is, 23-year-old men are not ready to be husbands.
I know. I'm waiting.
For him to be ready? But then he won't pick you.
He won't pick me.
No.
Why would he not pick me, though?
Because he's going to be different when he's ready.
I can understand that.
I don't think you really can. I think you ladies really believe that you're going to, look, you want to know the truth? If I had him on the phone right now, and you were looking, and you were listening, and he didn't know, and I was just talking to him like a man, say, hey man, you date somebody? Yeah, how you like him? All right, let me ask you. If you had $500 million in the bank, would you pick this woman to deal with? What do you think his answer would be?
Wow.
500 million.
That's a funny thing because we both love money the same way. He would not pick. I would say he wouldn't. He wouldn't. That's a sad question to ask.
It's not a sad question to ask. You're an adult. Grow up. Men are as faithful as their options. You're the best he can do, and vice versa. He's the best you can do. It's not an insult.
Sorry about that.
These are not insults.
Okay.
So the question is, as a young woman, you have a shorter window of time to get it figured out. You don't have time to do something you said earlier. I'm going to wait. Who told you you have time to wait?
I had a plan. I had a plan.
What's that?
I was giving it up until 25 to have like a serious relationship and try this out.
With him?
Yeah. Yes.
What can you learn with him that's going to be of value to another man?
Being by myself.
What can you learn with him?
Mm-hmm.
Trying this out for the next 2 years that's going to be of use to another man?
That's a hard question.
It's not a hard question. The answer is nothing. I'm talking through you right now. You young ladies need to understand this shit. Just because the questions are hard doesn't mean you don't answer them. Grab your ovaries and be a woman. 70 years ago, your grandmother had 2 or 3 kids by this time and her husband. These are hard questions. Well, you're asking for adult shit. You're asking to be a wife. Or do you want to just be a kept woman and a kid that had babies? A man wants a woman who's going to be something to be a benefit. No
I
man
do
wants to
want to
hear a woman
benefit a
say these are
man.
hard questions. Men want women who have thought about this stuff. Relationships are serious. They're not games. They're not toys.
Right.
So, if you're not going to, I said you don't have time to waste. No young woman has time to waste.
Right.
So why are you saying, I'll just do this and just try it out? Because you don't value your time and, well, whatever reason. This is what I mean. You weren't raised to be a wife. Wives don't move this way. They don't waste their time. They know that this there's an area of time to be doing something.
Okay. I understand.
But you like it. And I want you guys to understand, for some of you guys may think I'm being overly harsh, she's been with him for 6 months. She's this attached to a 23-year-old guy for 6 months. This is a feelings-based situation. Are you guys, has he seen anyone else?
No. To my knowledge, no.
You live in the same city?
We live close, yes.
Close meaning how far, bro? How long?
For a 30-minute drive.
Okay. All right. And is he working?
Yes.
Does he have a roommate?
No, he lives by himself.
Where do you live?
Live with my mom.
Your mom and dad?
No, just my mom.
I thought she got married.
No, her sister got married. So I was.
You're raised by your aunt.
Yeah.
Is she still married?
Yes.
Why aren't you living with them?
They moved down south, and I don't have my driver's license, so it's gonna be hard to work while I was.
Have your driver's license.
I'm not comfortable driving.
You need to grow up. You don't need a man. You need to grow up.
Right.
I live at home with my mommy. I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license.
A permit. I have my permit.
But not comfortable driving. I get it. But you gotta see. This wouldn't sound nearly as bad if you were with a 30-year-old man. Because at least he could teach you these things.
But I don't want to be with a 30-year-old man. I don't want to be with them. It's not that I don't want them. It's just that the ones that approach me, I don't want them.
I don't want to be with a 30-year-old man. I want to do what?
Let me reiterate.
I want you to say it first. Don't reiterate. Then
I don't want to be with a 30-year-old man.
What'd you say after that?
And I was going to stop myself and then correct myself and say, I don't want to be with the ones that approach me.
What age do you think your husband would be at this age? If you were a wife, what age do you think your husband would be?
He would be around 28, 30, but just the ones that approach me aren't.
No. If you were a wife, you think your husband would be how old? If you were a 100% wife today?
He'll probably be 40.
Don't tell me what you think I want to hear.
I'm saying he'll probably be 40.
But you said, okay, you don't want a 30-year-old. Now you just added 10 years to it.
Because I know I've dated before, so I know the things that I could get from these men, but I just rather not try to do that right now.
It's not making any sense, man. Don't try to outthink me. It's not going to work. I'm just saying, you don't want a 30-year-old man, so why would you want a 40-year-old man?
That's the age range that the men that are ready to be married are. That was the question. Because
I asked you how old. I said if you were a wife today, how old would your husband be? You said he'd be 28 to 30. That's the first thing that came out of your mouth. Then you said it again. Then I said, all right, 28 to 30. How would it be? 40.
Okay, so let me just say, generally, just a good man. Age is a thing. I'm grown. I'm 23 years old, so I could choose who I want to be with. I could be with a 60, 80-year-old if I really wanted to be, but it's not common. It's not common. I don't run into that. I'm not with those type of people.
It's not a common to what?
That I get those feelings for those type of men. I'm not.
You don't marry a man on feelings. That's why so many black women are single. You marry a man based on character, the ability to provide and protect.
Right.
So many of our women pick men based on looks and tingles. That's why you want somebody who's closer, because he's not going, hey, what is a 28-year-old going to teach you?
So nothing.
What 28-year-old is 5 years older than you.
But it's really
See, and I'm doing this, guys, because I want you to I want you to show you how little our women have been taught about men, relationships. So they're picking based on, they're eating dessert first. Like, oh, I just want to go for what makes me what I like. It's like, well, no, you need to eat nutritious food that's going to. No, 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 no. I want to eat cotton candy, candied apples first. What's the oldest man you've ever dated since you dated?
I'm gonna say about 40.
Okay. The Nation of Islam, whether you like them or not, there's a formula that floats around the black community saying the best age for a woman for a man is half that man's age plus 7. If you're 23, your husband was what? 35, 33. 33, half of 33 is 32, is 16.2. 16.5 plus 7. Your husband will be about 33 years old.
I did the wrong math, but okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Half of 33 is 16.5 plus 7, 23 and a half. Half of 32 is 16 plus 7. You can do it 32, 33. But the point of the matter, he's not 28.
I don't.
So when I sat down and I talked about when the age men should really start looking at marriage, 30 is where you decide whether or not you want to even have a family. But most guys aren't really ready today until around 35 to do what men need to do, what women want, whether or not women articulate it. What women, especially black women, want a man to do, you need to be in a position to be able to provide.
Right.
How many kids do you want if you have children?
2.
2. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're married and pregnant with the first child?
No.
Do you want your kids to be able to go to college if they chose to?
Yes.
Would you like to be able to travel nationally and internationally with your family?
Yes.
If you had a daughter, would you want to be able to pay for her wedding?
Yes.
What percentage of the overall family financial load, all of that, travels, trips, vacations, what percentage do you want to have to be responsible for your entire lifetime?
10%.
10%. What state do you live in?
New York.
Tri-state in New York City?
Yes.
How much is a man going to need to make to afford an upper-class family in New York City?
A yearly, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Ballpark.
$250,000 a year.
Ma'am, you've already said you want $1 million worth of children.
No, so that's like impossible.
$484,000 are what your children are going to cost you. Middle class children are $243,000.
So I need to get to the millions just to live comfortably.
No, what I'm saying, what you want a man to be able to do, to provide so you don't have to work when you're pregnant, so you only have to be responsible for 10%, if that, so you can travel nationally, internationally, so your kids can go to college if they want to, so you can pay for a daughter's wedding, so you can have a luxury lifestyle, because that ain't normal. You didn't grow up that way.
I didn't. I did not.
And you think $250,000 will do it?
No.
Man, $250,000 adjusted in New York is really about $10,000 a month down here. So that tells me you must not make a lot of money, because $250,000 sounds like a lot. And what you're really talking about in New York, because you're talking about a man making around $700,000 to $800,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the equation. What percentage of men, black men in particular, make that amount of money? You're talking about 0.1% of men, roughly under 150,000 men total.
Yeah. And I've only dated black men, so I wouldn't know anything else besides that.
So, if that's the lifestyle you want to have, how do you have any time to waste? Because this guy can't afford that. He cannot afford it.
Not yet.
When do men hit their financial stride?
I don't think that.
45 to 55. See, we've told women in general, black men in particular, that they want men who are damn near millionaires, or at least earning 300,000+. And they want them when they're early 20s. And you know what they're judging men based off? Basketball players, football players, musicians, entertainers. You're not judging based off of business.
Because for a regular woman that's not in the business field or corporate field, it's hard to get in contact with those men that you really want. So we settle for what we see.
But they want something too. You could want them, but do they want you or women like you're talking about?
Well, I don't. I mean, everybody's not gonna want me, but majority.
These men want. What do you think these men want?
They want somebody that's like easy to talk to. Maybe somebody that knows something. You know, just like a friend, but
No,
a nice.
no. Wife is a job title. See, there's a misconception that men with money just want beautiful bobbleheads. No, you're going to be married to a man that has that kind of money and that kind of responsibility. You're going to have to be a sharp woman.
Right.
Your name is going to be on the insurance policy, the deed, in case of emergency. And there's this whole notion with younger women that these guys just want a woman who's pretty and inspires them and just fun to talk to. Talk to about what?
That's true. It's not that much to talk about after you get to the basics.
It's my point, man. And this is what I mean by being raised to be a wife. The conversation I'm having with you is stuff that should have been taught to our women earlier. So you can come in the door providing value. If you were to find a man like this, if he were to choose to marry you, you'd be learning on the job.
But like, he's not perfect. Like, he wouldn't be the perfect husband, don't you think? Like,
he's not perfect. He's better than you. He's worth more than you. You're average. He's not. See, that's what women don't like. They don't like it when I say that. When you got an average woman, average education, cute, y'all there are thousands and thousands of women like you. I'm in Atlanta and I see beautiful women every day. Women that, how tall are you?
5'7".
Your size?
4.
Yeah. In Atlanta, not uncommon. There's 17-to-1 black women every day. And in New York City, there's even more. There's a lot of women of all types. And my thing is, you all have vaginas, you all have breasts, you all have the orifices that we like. But what are you? Just all female. What makes you different than this model or that model or this model? But he is special. He's rare. Who's more rare, the kind of man you want or a woman like yourself?
The kind of man I want.
So that does make him special. That does make him damn near perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're saying that after I reframed it. And the problem is that many of you ladies, because you're so privileged and entitled, you think you have been made to believe that you're equal to this man.
That's the thing. I feel like as me growing to be a wife or already being a wife, I think I know that in a sense from your content and in a sense that my place is kind of below or behind the man. But me being the woman that I am, I have to get comfortable with saying that.
You have to be what?
I have to get comfortable with saying that.
Well, you got to get comfortable with saying it. There are girls who've been saying it since they were 3. That's why I say, why does a man who has thousands of women to pick from and women who are trained to be wives have to pick a wife, a woman who has to get comfortable with what she was trained to be? Why would you do that? Why would you, if you were going to, let's take it completely out of relationships, okay? Let's make it pet ownership. If you could get a pedigree pet who was already trained in housebroken as a pup, and then you got this shelter dog who has a heart of gold but needs to learn everything, you're already a busy person. Which pet do you pick?
They're gonna pick the
one that's already ready to go.
Yeah.
Because a wife is a job duty. When women used to get married, they understood what it meant to be a wife. So on the day you get married, you consummate your marriage, and the next day you get to work. You already cleaning, cooking, basic household chores, tending to your man. Today, women don't know the basic stuff and don't even really come with the willing spirit to learn.
Right.
Today, you're just like being hip to the concept that you got to do something other than have sex with us. So you're having to get comfortable with saying stuff, and I'm like, that's the easiest thing to do, but that just shows you how far women like you are away. Saying it don't mean shit. A dude can tell you gonna build your mansion.
Well, I'm better in person, personally. Like, I'm a better in person type of
It
person.
has nothing to do with you personally. We're having a conversation about you and about women in general. But my point is, you were raised as an average woman. You weren't raised to be a wife. You weren't raised to be a wife, and I'm not talking to a wife.
Okay. No arguments there.
There shouldn't be, because of anybody who knows better between you and I, you're not there. Could you marry an average man?
Yeah, I could marry an average.
Could you submit to an average man like you would submit to an above average man, a rich man? Could you submit to a guy who's making $41,500 a year, who works at the MTA and have his 2 kids, and put him in PS 1832, and you got to work 40 hours a week, and he got to work 40 hours a week? There ain't no trips internationally. There are no 2-week vacations.
And I'm his wife?
Yes. There's just work. There's work, paycheck to paycheck. Kids go to public school. There's no fancy restaurants.
No.
No. Can you afford that right now?
I could do an average guy.
For a lifetime.
For a lifetime.
You remember the show Everybody Hates Chris?
Mhm.
Could you live like that? No.
But yes, I could. She wasn't working. She didn't have to work.
But see, that's the whole point. She wasn't working. That was in the 70s, but that was an average lifestyle. You got to work and live at that level.
With no trips, like, no Disney.
Can you afford? No. Can you afford it? You know how much Disney costs?
It's expensive.
Can you afford Disney?
No.
So if you can't afford it on your own, why do you get it when you're married? Tell me.
You're right.
No, but I'm asking. I know I'm right, but I'm having a comment. Why do women like?
It's treats. It's treats for it's gifts.
It's an expense. And what I'm saying is, as a single woman who earns what you earn, you got to live within your means. But when a man comes along, why do women like yourself feel like that he should be able to pay for all this stuff? That's why I said, guys, you're going to have to be able to pay for the world, because that's what they expect.
But
they can't afford it themselves.
But I would date an average man.
But there are no trips to Disney. I didn't go to Disney?
Well, if that's the case, then no, because that's what I'm used to as of me right now. I cannot belittle my standards for somebody. I can't. I've been on trips. I've been places. That's a small aspect of the thing.
Excuse me. Did you pay for those trips?
No.
What the French toast are you talking about?
But I'm not accustomed to.
Excuse me. You were a child. See, guys, that's why I wanted to get you. Don't be confused by the sweet tone and the cute face. She's just as modern as the rest of them.
I consider myself a child.
Stop. If a man can't pay for her to do what her mommy and daddy did, or not her mommy and daddy, your aunt and her husband, when you were a kid, you know why they could afford to do that? Because she got married. Did she do it for you when she was unmarried?
No, we didn't.
No, your mama didn't do it. So I want you to understand, you expect someone who came from a mom who didn't raise her, your aunt did, and your aunt couldn't afford a luxury lifestyle. She provided for you. She roof over your head, food in your stomach. But then when she got married, there were 2 people living in the house, and they could afford little luxuries from time to time.
Right.
You were fortunate to even get that, and you're an only child. See, women have been told that men are utilities. So if a man was making average money, $40,500, and you had to live in everybody loves Chris life, but you had to work just as hard as he had to work. Would you get married?
No.
Or then die alone?
Well, then it's I feel like then he should want more for himself.
Yeah, he wants something. Yeah, he's gonna live in peace by himself. That's why I don't have any problem looking women like you in the face and tell you, go to the cemetery by yourself. Quickly. Get out of the dating market and leave men alone.
I think that's a bit,
No, it's not, because you basically reduced a man to, if I gotta work just as hard by myself with him, he ain't worth nothing. You're not looking at the fact that he will be with He will be with you through life. He will be the father of your children. You have someone to work with. I want you guys to understand. You guys a lot of you guys are like, you're being a little harsh, because I know what I read from people. You have basically reduced a man down to a wallet. Tell me I'm wrong. You have the floor.
I mean, I feel like you're wrong. I really have a connection with the person I'm talking to, and it's not on like a monetary
I'm not
basis.
talking about, no, don't try to backpedal with the person you're spoken to. We're talking about the example, the scenario. I just said if you had to, okay, why do you feel like you should not have to work as hard as a wife as you do as a single woman? Make that make sense.
Because without a so without a canvas, I can't paint anything. I can't, I have nothing to.
Talk to me like I'm four. Don't use metaphors. Just, you got to work to pay rent, put a roof over your head in New York. Mm-hmm. As a single woman, one day you will. And if you had to do the same thing with a man, that's just too much. You'd rather do it by yourself. Make it make sense.
I wouldn't want to work as hard as I would if I was single. I wouldn't want to work as hard as I would have to if I was with someone.
Okay, let me explain why this is dumb in our community too. These are the same women who talk about how educated they are and they're entrepreneurs, but yet they think owning a business is just filing an LLC or S corp is the key to wealth. Not realizing that working for yourself is the hardest thing you can ever do. Working for somebody else is easier. Relationships are signing up for more work.
I know that.
Well, then why the hell do you think if being single has a workload of here, a relationship by its definition has a workload of this?
It's the emotional toll that the relationship takes on women that may be a
emotional toll. What do you mean?
Men, they act like monogamous, like loyalty wise. A man could be with multiple females, dating multiple females. And a woman like myself could only want to be with one guy, and knowing that guy is with other women, it takes an emotional toll on you, especially when you feel as though you have to be loyal. And a guy that's not expected of a guy. I wouldn't expect me this age. I wouldn't expect the guy to be loyal.
Excuse me. So what I think I'm hearing you say is being married means I got to be faithful to him, but he's going to cheat.
No, I'm saying before the marriage.
I'm not before the marriage. I'm talking. You say the emotional toll a man takes on you, and we're talking about a marriage. What's the emotional toll a man takes on you in marriage? And you immediately went to infidelity.
Well, I was just giving an example, but it's a lot of other things that somebody can do.
Okay, well then what else?
They could be unresponsive, dismissive, rude, a slob. Like it's a lot of things that you could fall in love with somebody, and everything that they could do could just be upsetting, and you have to take that with the good and bad.
Mm-hmm. And then what about your unresponsive, rude, slob ass?
I don't think I'm really attentive.
Oh yeah. See, this is what they do, gentlemen. It's always the man that's the emotional toll, but they are all sunshine and daffodils to deal with. Every man that had a woman, and y'all are bitches when you want to be. 100% of marriages are initiated by men. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. You want something, then you leave it. And then the way you talk about it is, well, if I'm going to get married, the emotional toll. So you'll have an emotional toll as a wife, but he has no emotional toll as a husband.
I didn't say that, but
Well, then make it make sense, because that's what it sounds to me like you said. That's why all our hearts are going up, because that's what they heard.
This was a great episode to watch, and I do have a lot of faith in this young lady. I just think that she's very misguided, and she doesn't have all the information that would probably help her in her present relationship. She's dating a guy which is pretty much similar in her age group, and she's probably mentally expecting him to provide more. And what Kevin is saying is that at a certain age, men has not reached their financial stride. It normally takes them a couple of years to get to that point. And based on the things that she's expecting and probably wanting, he's showing that the money that you're expecting in terms of wanting a family and kids and wanting to go to Disney and all these other things, it takes money. It is not cheap. And he even had to go as far as to explain to her that relationships are very serious. You cannot take it lightly. Because she's candidly saying she's just trying out this thing. You cannot be trying out a thing and saying that you want something else. A woman, unlike a man, have a time limit. We didn't put that time limit on you, woman. God did. You have a certain period before you get to a certain age where you cannot have kids. It's more difficult, etc. So that is what he's saying. As a woman, a young woman of her age at 23, she needs to be serious about her goals and what she wants, and she has to make her actions, show that way. You cannot be casually just dating someone, having sex and doing all these things and say that you want something else more serious. No, both those things doesn't work. Anyway, guys, continue to support Kevin Samuel's channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.